about the past. It's always taken on new pieces from here, new pieces from there. Tradition is always evolving, and I think Thanksgiving is a great example of that.
Thanksgiving football, the history, the tradition, you think about John Madden.
And there's a turkey, and if you notice, like the girl says, here's a leg here and a leg here and a leg here. There's 4 legs. And I think this one may have, a couple down there too, but we have these turkey legs that we're going to give out after the game.
There is the big turkey.
Yeah, and that turkey's so big and so many legs that's a 2-man job.
Yep.
John and Pat, man, y'all got any food on this cruiser, man?
Hey, Nate, how you doing? There's just certain things that go together. The turkey, the family, the tradition, football, and we have it all today. There it is. Look, we got dressing and everything they're taking down there.
Hey, Mr. Man, Mr. Summerall, happy Thanksgiving, fellas.
6-legged turkey there, and we got, the stuffing. Look at the size of this turkey. Now, there is a turkey. We got some legs on there. I mean, here's a leg. Then we got 3 here. We got 3 here. Okay.
Turkey legs got bigger and bigger.
But sometimes turkeys are getting so big in here so that they have, so much in the, in that part of the meat that they were breaking their legs, and they only had 4 legs, and the 4 legs couldn't hold them. So it was in USA Today, I think, the other day, and about the turkeys.
The nation's newspaper.
So big, they're getting so big that their legs can't hold them, so they're breaking their legs. So you're finding big old turkeys with broken legs. So the way to do it, the way I say, is if you want big old turkeys, you have to give them more legs. See, now here's a turkey. We got 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs, 5 legs, 6 legs.
Reggie White in 1989 won the first turkey leg. That's when the turkey only had 2.
Yeah, that was a 2-legged turkey, and then Emmett Smith and Troy Aikman won it. It was still 2-legged. And then when Eric Kramer and Jerry Ball won it, I think it was 3 or 4 legs.
And then we had to get more for the offensive line. Well, that's what happens to those turkeys.
And then that's where we keep them. I mean, you wonder, where they go. They just keep them in the trophy case in America.
One thing sure.
Some things are new, some things never change. Football's the same way.
Oh, you can't beat a good turducken.
This is a turducken right here, where we got, what a turducken is? A turducken, this thing here is a deboned duck stuffed in a deboned chicken, stuffed in a deboned turkey.
It smelled so good.
Duck with a chicken.
So I just started grabbing it, pulling it apart, and eating it.
Yeah.
And you just kind of cut this right down the middle, and then you cut sideways, and you get a little turkey and a little chicken and a little duck.
What turkey is this?
This is a turducken.
This is a turducken, okay.
Sure.
But anyway, here's how you slice it. See, a lot of people don't know. You have to slice it down the middle. See, and then you slice it across this way.
See, and this is what it looks like inside. See, it's turkey, dressing, duck, dressing, chicken.
Now, some of the things we take for granted, we don't take for granted anymore. And our tradition is
from a turducken to weak side blitz. Nate Newton, he's going to have that turducken.
Here, but watch Nate Newton.
He's our player.
It's really 5 different things. It's a chicken, a duck, a turkey, and 2 kinds of dressings.
And are you going to have one on your Thanksgiving table?
Yeah, I'm going to have one. I have to bring it though, but because here's
Here
a
it is.
here's a picture of one.
Turducken.
Yeah,
picture. That is it.
And you see, you cut it like right down here. See, and then this is what it looks like inside. See, so you got turkey, then duck, and then dressing, and then chicken.
Oh.
And then you just have to do it that way. Stuff is looking good and smelling good and tasting good. We got to dig in and start eating now. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and enjoy the game.
Hey guys, what an amazing way to start your show. John Madden, I mean, come on, man. You just don't get better than that. It's happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And this show is all about John Madden. It's week 12, and did we have a week 11? Oh, hello. The Cowboys came alive, and the Vikings laid an egg. How about Robert Salas today? On the NFL Network, he was talking about he doesn't know if he's going to be starting Mr. Wilson and Zach Wilson, from the quarterback of the New York Jets. And, of course, why would you start the person? Ready? They had the second half of the New England Patriots game, second half. They actually had a total of, ready, 2 yards of offense. Come on, guys. One more time. 2 yards of offense. Wow. I mean, I don't really think Zach Wilson's all that and then some. I just don't see it. You know, I would start Flacco if I was him, and I would just go from there. They're 6-4. You know, they're in the hunt. They have an amazing defense, just an amazing defense. They held the Patriots to 3 points up until the last play of the game where they punted. Why are they punting to the return person? Why aren't they punting out of bounds? I just don't get that. That's another thing that was an error. They punted. It was the last play of the game, and the returner from New England went 80 yards for a touchdown. Wow. Congratulations to Bill Belichick, mind you. And, it's just, you wonder, 6-4, and that whole division, Miami and Buffalo tied 7-3, right? And then you have the 6-4 New England Patriots and the 6-4 New York Jets. How about that? And what about the NFC East? You have the 9-1 Philadelphia Eagles, right? And then you have the Dallas Cowboys destroying the Minnesota Vikings. Obviously, Minnesota didn't show up. And if they showed up, I think it would have been a better game. But you know what? All teams have those games that they just don't show up. That is a coaching error. That's definitely a coaching error. And, Dallas's defense looked great. It was all about the Dallas defense. And, they went off on NFL Network this morning. Torrey Holt was talking about how, I think they're going to make a Super Bowl run. All I do is laugh. I laugh at that kind of stuff because, no, they're not going to make a Super Bowl run. I'm sorry, Dallas Cowboy fans, you aren't going to make a Super Bowl run. I don't believe, I've always said this, I don't think Dak Prescott will ever bring a team to the Super Bowl. Something about Dak Prescott, he always falls short. I hope he proves me wrong, but I don't think he will. That's for sure. And how about last night, Jimmy G? Well, hear me out on this one. The San Francisco 49ers, the NFC there's 2 teams that will be fighting to go to the Super Bowl. There's 2 teams. It's not in the NFC East. I'm sorry, Philadelphia Eagles. You're not going to be in the championship game. If you are, you're going to lose. Really. It's the San Francisco 49ers. They looked all world. Jimmy G. Everyone, he's a game manager. Come on, stop. 4 touchdowns. 228 yards, 20 for 29. His passer rating off the charts. He is such a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback. He's a starting quarterback in the NFL, period. End of story. Trey Lance should have never been starting this year. End of story. Don't want to hear it from anyone. Jimmy G, so underrated by all these sportscasters and now all these guys that I'm so sick of hearing it. Oh, he's a game manager. Oh, he does this. Okay. Why don't we ask this question? Okay. About Dak Prescott. Okay. Dak Prescott, have you ever brought a team to the Super Bowl? No. Hey, Jimmy G, have you ever brought a team to the Super Bowl? Yes. Hey, Jimmy G, have you won a Super Bowl? Yes. He won in New England. So, I'm sorry. I would rather have Jimmy G over Dak Prescott any day of the week. Hands down. Much better quarterback. Just a winner. And that San Francisco 49ers, man, I mean, think about it, man. They had Christian McCaffrey, 7 carries, 39 yards. Elijah Mitchell, Oh, my God, that guy's a beast. Shanahan loves that kid. Loves that kid. 9 carries. Ready? 59 yards. Deebo Samuel's 3 carries, 37 yards. Deebo looked great. He had it's in Mexico, right? And the altitude was so high they had actually oxygen masks on the sideline and in the locker room because of the high altitude of that stadium. And it was just, and then what about George Kittle going off? 4 catches, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns. McCaffrey, 7 catches, 67 yards. Deebo Samuel's 7 catches, 57 yards. Ayuk, 2 catches, 20 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that whole team is just stacked. And that defense holding the Cardinals to 10 points. I feel so sorry for Colt McCoy. I mean, the kid looked so beat up at the end of the game. They took him out because he was so beat up from that defense. And they're going to be hard to beat, guys. You could talk to me till you're blue in the face about the Philadelphia Eagles or the Dallas Cowboys. Sorry, guys. Both teams will not make it to the Super Bowl this year. They just won't. They're not going. It's not going to happen, guys. It's going to go through San Francisco or Tampa Bay. Trust me. Gennaro Bernard is back off IR for Tom Brady, and it's just going to be a fun week. It's all about John Madden, and Madden. That's what it's about. This show, and I just wanted to let everyone know that. And let's just get down to it. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I mean, I hope everyone enjoys their Thanksgiving. Like I said, this is all about John Madden. It is, guys. And, we have Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving Day, we have 3 games, all right? Always Detroit. And, man, did they play amazing against the New York Football Giants. The Giants are in trouble. They're hurt. They didn't look good against the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions 3 games in a row. They haven't won 3 games in a row since 2017. Yes, and Lions look great. Lions look great. The Bills better be very, very careful with the Lions on Thanksgiving Day. The Buffalo Bills, they went into Detroit. They played the Cleveland Browns. And they didn't really look too good, but they won, and they did this. They were decisive. Their defense was really, really good, and they're going to play a great game in Detroit. There's not going to be an upset here, guys. There's not going to be an upset. It's going to be a fun game to watch. It's going to be wild and crazy. Trust me, it will be wild and crazy on Thanksgiving Day, and I'm going to give this game up, the first game on Thanksgiving. I'm giving this one up to the Buffalo Bills in Detroit, beating the Detroit Lions. And I love all my family. They're diehard Detroit Lion fans. Love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, to all my family members. We have the next game. We have the Giants limping in to Dallas Cowboy Stadium. Dallas always plays on Thanksgiving as well. This game is going to be a special game, a very special game. And the Giants, mind you, are limping, and they just got beat by the Detroit Lions. But the thing of it is the Dallas Cowboys never play well on Thanksgiving. Something is off with the Dallas Cowboys. They are just off, Yes, the Dallas Cowboys are off, always off on Thanksgiving. But I don't really think that they're going to be off on this game. The Giants, they're limping. I think the Giants got exposed with the Detroit Lions. I think the Detroit Lions exposed the New York Football Giants in New York, in the Meadowlands. It was in Jersey, right? And I just don't see the Giants winning this game. I'm sure that the Dallas Cowboys will have an epiphany. The Dallas Cowboys won't look as good as they did against the Minnesota Vikings. Yet I think they will do well. I think the Dallas Cowboys will beat the New York Football Giants on Thanksgiving. Give it up to the Dallas Cowboys. The last game on Thanksgiving at the Vikings, they just played the Dallas Cowboys. They just got blown out 40-3. And the New England Patriots are coming into town. New England Patriots, they just don't look good, guys. The New England Patriots, they don't look good. I mean, their defense is awesome. Belichick knows how to play their defense. But this game, the Minnesota Vikings are going to come to play. They're going to come to play, and they're going to beat. Yes, they're going to beat Bill Belichick on Thanksgiving. I'm giving the last Thanksgiving Day game to the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. The next game is the Denver Broncos going into Carolina. Carolina played really tough against the Baltimore Ravens. Their defense looked great, really looked great. You don't know who's going to show up with Carolina, and the Denver Broncos released Melvin Gordon today. Melvin had his last fumble. He had 5 fumbles this year, and it just doesn't look good. I think it's the team he's trying to play too hard, and when you try to play too hard in the NFL as a running back, you try to get that extra yard, and you're going to be susceptible to fumbles, and that's what happened. So the Denver Broncos going into the Panthers, like I said, they look great. Their defense looked amazing, just amazing. They were supposed to have this great season with Russell Wilson. Bring in a quarterback like Russell Wilson. You have to form your offense around that quarterback. It's like the Baltimore Ravens, right? They form their whole entire offense around Lamar Jackson, right? And, it's just, that's just the way it is. The Broncos have not formed their offense around Russell Wilson. They just, keep him in the pocket. Russell's not really that tall of a quarterback. He's not a good pocket passer. He's great when he's running out of the pocket. He is a little bit older now. He lost a step, but still he's pretty athletic. And this is in Carolina. The Broncos defense is really, really good. The Panthers defense looked great against the Baltimore Ravens, yet it's the Broncos coming in. I'm going to give this one up to the Broncos over the Panthers in Carolina. The next game we have the Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay, the Tampa Bay Bucks are going into Cleveland. Giancarlo Bernard is back. I had to say that. Giancarlo Bernard. I just had to say that. He's a great back out of the backfield for Tom Brady to pass to. He just loves passing to backs. He used to pass to White all the time in New England, and he's definitely going to be happy that Giancarlo Bernard is back. But Tampa Bay Bucks, this is going to be an interesting game. The Buccaneers playing the Browns. This is the last game before Deshaun Watson can come back. He can come back on week 13. And I don't think the Browns have the firepower to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Tampa Bay are on a run. I think Tom Brady's definitely hit his stride. They always do that. The Buccaneers, when they won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, they were like this. They really were. They were, they just were losing some games, and then they hit their stride in mid-season. And watch out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, guys, because you know what? They hit the season. They hit their stride in the mid-season. Oof. This game, Tampa Bay, Cleveland Browns in Cleveland Sunday. Give it up to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Cleveland Browns. We have the next game. We have the Ravens. That didn't look good. I mean, their defense looked good. But their offense wasn't clicking against the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers were just flying everywhere. Now, mind you that the Ravens were coming off of a bye. Some teams, when they come off a bye, they're, sometimes they're flat, and they looked flat. This happened last time, I remember, when Lamar Jackson won the MVP that year. Their team was the number 1 seed in the AFC, and they took time off, and they came back, and they laid a dud. Something about the Ravens coming off of a bye that scares me. But they had a great team to come off the bye with, because the Carolina Panthers did play their hearts out when they lost. This game, going down to Jacksonville, Lamar Jackson, Edwards is going to be back. They just look too good. I don't think the Jacksonville Jags are ready for the Baltimore Ravens. I really believe, truly believe that it's between the Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, those 3 teams, to make it into the Super Bowl. But I still think that the Ravens will make it to the Super Bowl this year. I predicted that in my prediction show, and I will stand by that. And I'm giving this game up to the Baltimore Ravens over the Jacksonville Jags. We have the next game. We have the Miami Dolphins hosting the Texans. Texans look terrible. This is, and I was listening to the NFL Network this morning when I drove into the studio, and they're talking. Torrey Holt was talking about that he predicted that Miami would win that division, and he thought that Tua's a better quarterback than Josh Allen. I don't know what he's smoking in the morning. Maybe he's drunk. I think Torrey Holt's drunk. I really do. Miami's not going to win the division, and Tua is not even close to being a quarterback like Josh Allen. He just isn't. And stop it. Stop, Torrey. Stop. Drink some coffee, sober up, brother, because, man, come on. Tua better than Josh Allen. Oh, my God. I mean, I've heard of it all. I've heard it all. Torrey Holt better get some coffee, sober up, because, the Tua is not even close in being a better quarterback than Josh Allen. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills will win that division. And the Miami Dolphins will limp into the playoffs. Meaning they'll just barely make the playoffs. They're an exciting team, Miami. They are just an exciting team. I know they are. They're a great team. But Tua, he underthrows everything. And thank God he has great wideouts. But all you need to do when you're playing that team, you have to play him underneath. Let him go by you. Tua's he's not going to throw it by you, guys. He's not going to throw it by you. He's going to always throw short. That's Tua for you. Okay? So this game's an easy game. This is my best bet of the week. Miami over the Texans. Yes, this is my lock of the week. The Miami Dolphins at home against the Texans. I think the Texans are going to give them, a hard time in the first half, and then they're going to blow them out in the second half. But I'm giving my lock of the week is the Miami Dolphins over the Houston Texans, the Chicago Bears. Now, going into the New York Jets, playing at home, the New York Jets. And guys, do you understand that Justin Fields dislocated his left shoulder? Justin Fields dislocated his left shoulder. He's day-to-day, they're saying, the Chicago Bears are. Come on, guys. I've dislocated my shoulder, and, man, it's his left shoulder, but still, I just wouldn't, if I was him, go get an operation, and say goodbye to this year. Don't hurt yourself, because you know what? If that shoulder gets dislocated again in the game, you could hurt yourself even further. You're a great talent, fantastic talent. Say no to the coaches. Go get an operations. Call it a season. That's what I would do if I was Justin Fields. All right? So Justin Fields is not going to be 100%. If he plays, I just don't see him playing. It would be terrible if he played. His agent should get on the phone and say, no, you're going to go get an operation and you're going to be out for the season, period. I played with a dislocated shoulder. I thought, hey, I dislocated my shoulder. All right. Afterwards, I rehabbed it, probably like a couple months, started lifting some weights. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Okay. First game of the season, made a diving catch, right? I dislocated in off season, made a diving catch in center field. First inning, diving catch, popped out. My shoulder popped out, and it was my left shoulder. And it popped out, and I was gone for the season, guys. I had to get it operated on, and I didn't come back until next year. So, man, it's definitely, I would definitely, if I was Justin Fields, definitely go get an operation, brother. Go get an operation. Screw the team. You're more important to yourself if you get an operation. Do not do what I did. Don't do it. I mean, I was young and dumb, and don't be young and dumb. You have agents that should be talking to you right now. This game is going to, I think the New York Jets, their offense is terrible. I don't know who's going to be starting. Solace doesn't know if Wilson's going to be starting. I wouldn't be starting him, that's for sure. I'm going to give this one up to the New York Jets in New Jersey. That's where they play. And give it up to the New York Jets over the Chicago Bears. The next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals playing the Titans. Do you understand? The Titans are number 1 in the red zone. They have scored, ready? 14 straight times in the red zone this year. 14 straight times. Whenever they're in the red zone, they score a touchdown. Okay, they just don't kick a field goal. They score a touchdown. No one can stop the Titans when they get inside the 20-yard line. There's not one team that has stopped them this year. Not one. I'm sorry, guys. That is an amazing stat. That's an amazing stat, guys. The Titans. This is a great game. I'm a Titan believer. I just see them. Their defense is great. They're at home. They're playing the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are a good team, but the Titans are a better team, and the Titans lost. Remember last year they lost the championship game. They lost the first game. They came off a bye. They're the number 1 seed in the AFC. They came off the bye, right? And the Bengals came in and they beat them 16-13, and they ruined their season. And they're not going to ruin this game because the Tennessee Titans will beat the Cincinnati Bengals in Tennessee. Give it up to the Tennessee Titans. We have the next game. We have the Falcons coming into the Washington Commanders. How about Heineke? I mean, I love that kid. I love him. He's actually, at the end of the game, when the coach named him the starter, right? He was like literally crying on national TV, started tearing up because, that's his dream to be the starter of an NFL team, and he deserves it. He deserves it. He's playing out of his mind. He plays 110% all the time. I love this kid, Heineke. Is Heineken? I mean, we all love Heineken, so we all love Heineke. So, I mean, this game, the Falcons, they're a good running team. I think the Washington Commanders are just on fire with Heineke. They're in Washington. I mean, have you ever been to the Washington and saw the Washington Commanders or the Redskins? Have you ever been to Washington and actually went to one of the games? That stadium is falling apart. I mean, that stadium is falling apart. I mean, literally falling apart. And you just wonder, hey, wonder if that's going to fall on me. You know, it's that bad. It's that bad. Well, you know what? We have the Atlanta Falcons. You know, they just have that great running game. You know, they just have it. They do. They love playing at home, but they're not playing at home. They're playing outdoors. They're playing against the Commanders. Hot Commanders. I think the Commanders are a better team. Chase Young will be back. Wow. I'm giving this one up to the Washington Commanders beating the Atlanta Falcons in Washington. We have the next game. We have the Los Angeles Chargers going into the Arizona Cardinals. Man, the Cardinals looked terrible last night, Monday Night Football. You know, I mean, they played the number one team in the NFC, that's for sure. But, you know, they just looked like they quit on the ball. There was that one play with Kittle and the backfield. He ran by him, and the backfield, the defensive backs, they just didn't make a play on him. Just let him go. Let him score. Maybe it was the altitude. They were just gassed because they were on the field more than their offense was, that's for sure. And they were just gassed. I don't know. They just gave up on the ball. I mean, I think the team is giving up on themselves. I don't know if Kyler Murray will be back. That's another person that I'm just, you know, here you got Josh Allen, you know, hurting his elbow, you know, and he's out there playing, you know, and, you know, Kyler Murray, oh, I hurt my hamstring or I hurt my quad. Oh, come on, man. Really? Get out there, Kyler. Stop whining and play the game. You know, it pisses me off. The Los Angeles Chargers are a much better team than the Arizona Cardinals. We have the next game. We have the Raiders. The Raiders going into Seattle, playing the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks coming off a bye, and the Raiders coming off a win. The Raiders look great, guys. They look really, really, really good. The Jacobs look amazing. They have a great running game. You know, Devontae Adams looked great. Derek Carr really did well. This is going to be my upset special. My upset special is going to be, ready everyone? Ring the bell, because this is my upset special, guys. My upset special is the Las Vegas Raiders beating the Seattle Seahawks. This is my upset special of the week. The next game we have the Los Angeles Rams going into the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, wow. What a game. What a game. Sunday night game with the Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers playing out of their minds. And you thought, oh, man, maybe it's the Chargers. They're finally going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Los Angeles. Wow. But you left Mahomes with like a minute 40. And he only needed like a minute 9 to score. You know, I mean, I just don't get it. You know, a crossing pattern to Kelsey and the coaching staff, I would literally fire the coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball with the Los Angeles Chargers. I really would, guys. I would fire him in a second, because the thing of it is that why are you letting Kelsey cross over the middle, you know, and just, he like walked in. It was just it. You're going to Kelsey. He's going to have a crossing pattern. Why aren't you double teaming him? Why don't you have a backer in the middle covering, and then you have a corner covering him, and then you have a backer and covering it underneath. Let the other guys beat you, but don't let Kelsey beat you. That was a bonehead move by the Los Angeles Chargers defense. The coordinator should be fired for that. I mean, that was sickening. That was sickening, guys. Sickening. This game, I mean, the Los Angeles Rams, they looked good, but then they lost, And then once again, unfortunately, I mean, Matthew Stafford getting another concussion. That's not good, guys. 2 weeks in a row, within the last 3 weeks, he's had 2 concussions. That's not good. That's not really good, guys. If I was him, his agent, hey, Matthew, sit for the rest of the season. Really, guy, you need to really rest your brain, because 2 concussions in 3 weeks, that's not good. That's not good. He'll be out for a while. The Los Angeles Rams, I just don't see they have any type of firepower against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is an easy call, guys. This should be my lock of the week. This is another. I'm gonna give 2 locks of the week. The Miami Dolphins is 1 lock. This is my other lock. The Kansas City Chiefs over the Los Angeles Rams in Kansas City. Give it up to the Chiefs. We have the next game. We have the Saints. New Orleans Saints going into the San Francisco 49ers. Niners looking all world last night. All world. Jimmy G, 228 yards, 4 touchdowns, 20 for 29. Passer rating off the charts. You Jimmy G people who are questioning who he is, and he's a game manager. Blow it out your ear. Come on. I don't want to hear that anymore. The guy is a great quarterback. He is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He just is. He's one of the best. I didn't say best. I said one of the best. And he proves it. It's called scoreboard. I don't want to hear it. Dak Prescott. Hey, Dak, did you ever bring your team to the Super Bowl? No. Kirk Cousins? No. Kyler Murray? No. Lamar Jackson? No. Tua? No. I can go on and on. Oh, Jimmy G? Yes. Yes, 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 and yes. This one, Saints coming into San Francisco. The Saints, they're on a rebuild. I believe they're on a rebuild. I think the San Francisco 49ers are just stout. Their defense is amazing. Their offense is just clicking. Even at the high altitude of in Mexico, they just played their hearts out. I'm giving this one up to the San Francisco 49ers. Nikki's Niners, she's loving life. Oh, my God. She was going nuts. I mean, she was texting me last night at the game. So, oh, my God, Jimmy G's coming alive, my crush. And I was like, really, Nikki? The next game, we have Sunday Night Football. Yes, Sunday Night Football. We have the Packers coming into Philadelphia. Yes, the Green Bay Packers coming into Philadelphia. I thought, hey, this last week, oh, my God, yes, Green Bay's going to come back and they're going to win, and they lost. I don't know about the Green Bay Packers. I just don't think they have enough firepower. But they are a good team, and they are a good defense, and they're going to give every bit of energy into the Philadelphia Eagles. This is one of these games that I think that the Eagles are going to lose this game. I really do. The Eagles are beatable. This is the one team that can beat the Eagles. I'm going to give the Sunday Night Football game up to the Green Bay Packers. Ole in Wisconsin, my buddy Ole, I'm giving this up for you, brother. I know you're a Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packer? Where'd I come from that? Anyway, Ole, I know you're a Green Bay Packer fan, and buddy, this game's for you. You're going to have such a fun night watching the Green Bay Packers beat the Eagles. I guess this is my second upset of the week. I have 2 locks and 2 upsets. Wow. So, Sunday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers over the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Last but not least, we have Monday Night Football. We have Steelers, Casey Steelers. My nephew Casey loves those Steelers going into the Indianapolis Colts. Oh my God. Okay, guys, I had the Indianapolis Colts, my upset special over the Eagles last week, right? They're giving 6.5 points. 6.5 points, right? They won by 1 point. The Eagles beat them by 1 point. Now, if you were a betting person, mind you, if you were betting, you would have won a lot of money. And I know one of my friends won a couple thousand from my upset special that I called. And definitely one of my friends won a lot of money from my upset special. So you listen to those upset specials. I'm giving the Packers this week over the Eagles. And last week I gave the Eagles, the Indianapolis Colts to beat the Eagles. And they almost did it. But like I said, 6.5 point spread. And if you would have bet on my upset special, you would have won a lot of money. All right, guys. We have Monday Night Football. Casey Steelers, my nephew Casey Steelers, going into the Indianapolis Colts, playing the Colts, almost beating the Philadelphia Eagles last week. That was my upset special. Man, if you would have bet that game, I'm telling you guys, you would have won a lot of money. One of my friends won over $2,000 on my upset special. And so listen to the upset specials, guys. Listen to them. This is going to be an interesting game because the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing better. They're playing better. The Colts are playing better as well. I think the Colts are playing really good. They played against the Eagles. Eagles are supposed to be world beaters, right? And they lost by a point. So what does that tell you? I think they're beatable. I think the Eagles are beatable. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. Now, getting to the Steelers and the Colts, this is going to be an exciting game. It's going to be an exciting Monday Night Football game. This is really going to be exciting. I think the Colts are going to be really playing. They're playing really well. And they have Matty Ice back. Their defense is playing stout. But the Steelers are playing good. Pickens, I love that kid. It's exciting. I think the Steelers are going to go into Indianapolis, and the Steelers are going to beat the Indianapolis Colts for Monday Night Football. Yes, fantastic, guys. What a Week 12. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. All about Madden. We're going to end the show with Madden today, but always, we have to give it up to Mixed Cocktail Hour.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hey everyone, I'm Tammy Harrison, host of Mixed Cocktail Hour, coming to you live every Friday right here on YouTube.
Wow, Mixed Cocktail Hour. I just love that show. Live every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to my show, look at the link below, click on Mixed Cocktail Hour. Make sure you hit the subscribe and the notifications for that show. It's a fun show. If you like mixed cocktails and stuff like that, they're just make it fun, guys. Tammy's amazing, so cute, and Scott, those jokes with Scott is just off the wall. Thank you for listening to my show. It's all about Mr. Madden, John Madden, brother. You really. When I was a kid, I used to listen to John Madden all the time. I don't know if anyone knew this, but he didn't like flying. So he actually drove in a bus from all the games. So every game, he would always bring that John Madden bus. And he's all about Thanksgiving Day, and it's what it's all about. It's all about getting together with family and friends. And I just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for watching my show. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. See you next week.